and hope you're all keeping well. Something we thought we'd have a look at today was our emergency caravan kit, or our every time we go out in the caravan, the sort of the kit that we carry, but we don't carry in the caravan all the time. And this kit kind of developed from what you may know as EDC, everyday carry, and I have my little everyday carry that goes in my work bag, holds things like my battery charger, power pack, some tablets, a little bit of medication, charging leads, plug, general stuff that you use in and around the office or when you're out at work. And I've got my little multi-tool and things like that. So that's my everyday carry, and I'll maybe talk about that another time, because that's quite an interesting bit of kit, and something that works for me anyway. So I'll stick this to one side. But what I want to talk about really is our caravan kit, because this, for us, we've put together, and really it's only been this year because our caravan's in storage. So what we now have is a normal bag, it's a rucksack, little day pack that we got from the I think it was Millet. None of these products, by the way, are endorsed, or they're just things that we've bought along the way, and we keep together so that we've got them all in one place. So we get out our little rucksack and we fill it with items that we know that we are likely to need at one time or other when we're in the caravan, and may assist us when there's an emergency. So it keeps everything nicely together. So I'll start with the bag. This is just a little 20-litre bag, and the first thing we do is we've stuck a little lanyard on. That's purely so we can clip the caravan keys on. So when we're not in the caravan, we lock it up, pick this up, walk out of the caravan, clip the keys onto there, put it in the pouch, zip it up. We know the caravan keys are inside the pack. So when we come to go to the caravan, all we've got to do is pick up the pack, and we've got everything we need. So that's the first thing. Next thing is that this summer the weather has been absolutely awful, and one thing that I've seen not so often but have seen on the motorways is cars broken down, cars and caravans broken down. And you know the rules, you're on the motorway, they tell you get out of the car and get over the crash barrier. Now that's great if it's sun shining, grab a bottle of water out of the back, over the barrier, sit down, wait for recovery. But what about if it's absolutely chucking it down with rain? There's things we have in the car. We've got the triangle, we've got the high vis, but what we also do in here, and it's also if we're out for the day in the car, we just carry these emergency ponchos. They're literally single use, but if you're on the motorway, you break down and it's chucking it down with rain, blowing a gale, it's just something you can put over the top of yourself, keep yourself dry, keep the wind out, and to protect you, just give you a little bit more protection until people get there to help you. Hopefully Mayday gets there sooner than they say they always do. Right, so that's the bag. So what do we put in the bag? Well, what I like to do is divide stuff up into bits we need and bits we kind of have in case of emergencies. So the bits we need, I have a little box there, and I'm sure a lot of you do something very similar. All it's got in is the remote for the motor mover, the key for the power, and a little spirit level for when we get to site. And that's purely so we get to site, maybe dark, maybe whatever, I don't have to go looking around. It's there, it's in a little box, and that's basically that bit. Alongside that, just in case if it is dark, I have another little box. We always try, obviously we've got the battery in the caravan, so first thing, if you need to get a light on, come in, flick the switch, put the awning light on, you've at least got some light on the outside. We also have a USB torch, it's USB rechargeable, nice little torch. I don't want to show too much of that because it's quite bright on the LED. and it is also magnetic on the bottom, so that in itself can give you either a spotlight, as it said, just right on the end, or it can give you a nice bright light, dimmer light, you know. Great little thing. I have a feeling I got these from Aldi or Lidl or something, but lovely little thing to have just in case of emergencies. And alongside that, you know in the caravan they always stick the fuse box right underneath something where it's difficult to get at, never easy, out of the way. But we do carry a bag of spare fuses, and in there also is a fuse puller. Now unfortunately with caravan you never get them. I try to think where I think I got mine from a market or something, but anyway I just bought a little fuse puller just to keep in the bag, so if I need to get down I've got a light that I can see where it's going, and I've got the fuses that I can check. I haven't got it with us out here, but I've also got a little set of test lamps or a multimeter, just so I can put the continuity on and I can test see if fuse are blown or not. Another little thing that's worth carrying, just for the point of carrying and when you get to site, is the little tap adapter. Now we do have two of these. I've only got one in here, but we do have two, because there's two sizes of tap, and we also have a nice little brass splitter for when we're on a fully serviced pitch. But it's always handy to have that, because if you do get to site and you're going to be using your kit where you can fill straight into your caravan, then obviously they're very rarely on there. They tend to disappear if the campsites put them on, so we always carry one of them as well. Handy again, all in a little box. They all stack in the bag, and it's all kept together. Right, we'll kind of staying with the outside. We have another little box which is just over there, same as these, and what we keep in that is a socket for the wheel nuts. Because we've got a Bailey, you've got the adapter, and of course we've got the good old wheel lock, and that's the key for that particular bolt. So if we ever get a puncture, again we've got a box, everything's in it. We need to change a wheel, all we've got to do is get the ratchet out of the boot that goes, the wheel brace out of the boot, and we can change the wheel, no problem at all. So again, everything together. And in that same sort of vein, we also keep a gas spanner, and we keep that in our kit purely because I don't know why, but people will tie these to the bottles, or they'll leave them wherever in the caravan. I always think that's the sort of thing I would lose. I absolutely guaranteed, if I run out of gas, that's the sort of thing I would lose. So I know if I keep it all together and keep it in this bag, then everything's sorted. Again, sticking to the outside, WD-40 silicone spray, just purely for the awning rail, for if we're putting the toe cover on, I can just give the rail a quick spray, purely because the weather's so bad as it has been this year. It just fills with water, it fills with muck, just dust and the like when you're on site, so it just gives a chance, just give it a spray and give the rail a bit of a clean out before we put the toe cover back on, or if we're putting the awning up or whatever. But anyway, well worth having. It's only I think that's only the little 400 millilitres, it's only the little can, but it's more than sufficient just to keep in the bag, so we've just got everything together. Right, we can just take a minute out from doing the video to thank our sponsors who are Cover for Caravans. If you're in the market for caravan insurance, please check out the link in the description below. But oh, by the way, we've got a fantastic number of new subscribers to the channel, so new and old, really do appreciate your support and thank you very much. I'm sure you'll enjoy the content that's coming. If you're not already, click on that notification bell and then you get notified of all the uploads that we do over the coming period. Alright, thanks a lot. We'll get back to the video. See you in a bit. Moving on, we have the battery pack tyre inflator. Now this has been a godsend purely because we have no 12 volt sockets on the outside at all, so the fact that it's rechargeable, that we can literally walk around the caravan, set the you literally set the PSI you want, plug it in, press the button, and off it goes, and that's basically it. But it also works as a light in an emergency and as a battery bank, having both USB-C and USB-A on the back. I think I grabbed this off Amazon. I can't tell you the make because it hasn't got a make on. It's sort of a generic Chinese thing, and it came with a USB-A to C cable and a 12-volt charging lead, and that's basically it. But it does the job, it works great, well worth having for floating around outside. Right, moving on to inside, and it's not always stuff that you tend to think about. I guess if you're going on holiday abroad, you don't think about it much either. But one thing we do carry all the time is a sewing kit. We have never ever used it, but it has a little bit of thread in there, pair of scissors, some pins, odds and sods, tape measure. Where do we get that from? I think it was a pound shop or something, you know, but we've got it there in case we need it. Button comes off a t-shirt, or you know, something needs stitching up, threads on your t-shirt, your jumpers or whatever, coats that start hanging, you've got some little scissors there to cut them off. Just a handy little thing to have. Again, it's just something we keep in our caravan emergency pack. Along with that, and this is donkey's years old, I actually got this when I was cycling to work, and I think it maybe 10 years plus ago. It's a little 10,000 amp hour battery pack, but it has 3 USB ports on it. So I used to kind of have it in a little pouch on my bike to run the front lights and the back lights, just so they were always powered, and then all I'd do at night was take that into work and charge it through the day and plug it back in for to go home at night for over winter. It's now found its way into our little pack. Cracking little thing, well worth carrying, just to have as spare USB power that you may need for your phone, for your laptop, for tablet, whatever. But a USB power pack, well worth carrying. Again, on the inside, stuff you might normally keep in the caravan, but not always sort of stuff you think about when you're getting the caravan ready for going away. So while we're in storage, it's just handy that this is in our little pack. Pen. Now we have pens floating around the caravan, but if we're out on the road and something happens, we need to jot something down, I carry in my little EDC pack a lovely little notepad, and this is one of those write in the rain ones, so it doesn't matter what the weather's like, you can still write on that while you're outside if you need to. If someone runs into you, you need to get some details, or you just need to jot something down, a write in the rain notepad. And we carry a spare pen. I've also got a pen in here as well, but anyway, that's that. As well as that, I don't know why, but it's found its way into here, is yet another USB-C cable. I think it's because we've kind of got USB-C cables floating around all over the place, and you never seem to be, or they never seem to be where you want them to be. So by having one in my little everyday carry pack when I'm at work, and having one here in our little emergency pack, we know we can just pick up one. We know we've got a USB-C cable if we want to charge something wherever we are. I don't know why, you know, we've got the caravan's absolutely, it's brand new, I'm not expecting anything to go wrong, but just in case the igniter goes on the cooker, we carry a little lighter. In fact, we've got 2 of them. Don't know why, just have a feeling it's just nice to have, just in case of emergency, in case we need to light the gas, maybe for the Kadak, you know, if the igniter goes on that or something, all of a sudden stops working. What else do we have in here? Tissues, always worth having in the car. And I think I've got tissues like dog bags, just about in every packets of tissue, just about in every pocket and cover and whatever. A few little zippy bags, again, little bits of things. Stuff we have in the caravan as well will be a little bit of gaffer tape, half a roll, just in case we need to, you know, something goes wrong with the awning when we're away. Just stuff that we will just stick in a little bag, and that will keep us sorted. Last but not least, and I've not got it here, well, second to last really, is microfiber cloths. We always keep just a couple of little microfiber cloths in there with some hand sanitizer or some wipes, just purely so we've got them. If anything happens, just need to get dirt and that off your hands or whatever, we've got stuff with us in our little pack, and we're sort of grand and sorted. And this is, last but not least, but a first aid kit. And what I would say with this is we got this as a standard first aid kit, knowing that the bag was twice the size of what it actually needed to be. And we've actually got the whole of what was in the first aid kit in the back of this half plus this front, and the rest of it is then free for us to put in what we need to put in for us. So a little bit of extras in case we're out for the day with the grandkids, or we've taken Jack with us, a few plasters, a few cotton buds, Germaline, bite repellent, sting cream, Ali's inhaler, paracetamol, anti-allergy tablets, you know, the standard stuff that you have that's personalized to you. We've done exactly the same, but what we've done is we've been able to put it in a pack, and that's our literally go away travel first aid kit, and we've got it with us wherever we go. And that's basically it. That's our caravan emergency pack. I'm sure you've all got something similar. Leave us a message in the comments below as to what you carry, and whether you do something similar to this or whether you have a totally different idea. It's just purely the fact that we've moved from home into storage. We don't now have everything in the caravan where we can just walk outside the door, look, replenish it and put it back. What we do is we take this home after we've had a trip. If we need to put anything back into it, we need to replace anything or do anything, we've actually got it at home. And then when we're walking out the door to come up the storage yard, or we're going away in the caravan to pick it up and go, we can literally pick up the bag and that's it, off we go. So that's it, our caravan emergency pack. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave us a comment, like, share and subscribe. As always, thanks very much for all the people who do subscribing. But until next time, you take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you later. Ta-da.